The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation.
Come on. Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to the Sunday night edition of Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. I want to thank everybody for popping in tonight. I also want to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi and 107.7 New Orleans for allowing me to give you two shows a week, Sunday night from 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. This is a 2-hour show. And on Tuesday night, from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. What a beautiful day, huh? What a beautiful day. I worked, of course. Hey, Kevin, that girl, good to see you. Cindy Mitch, Heidi, Carrie, good to see you. And Heidi says, it is Pa's 8th birthday. That is like pretty cool. Pa's, her cat. Happy birthday, Pa's. Pa's Malone. The coolest freaking cat in the world, man, I'm telling you. But, nah. So tonight, I have a sponsor for tonight's show. It is called McNabb's Barbecue. And it's at the Castle Sandon Shop and Save. And that's where I work at. Shop and Save, Castle Sandon. And he caters. And he was giving out samples today of his macaroni and cheese and his buffalo chicken dip and some pulled pork. Oh my God, it is so good. He gave lovely eyes and said meow. That's cool. He knows me. But they're catering now. And they have real barbecue made fresh and served hot, platters, sandwiches, homemade sides, and more for groups of any size. And it's perfect for graduation parties, family reunions, backyard bashes, birthday parties, office lunches, and game days. And you can find them at the Castle Sandon Shop and Save. And that's where I work. Um, and I run the seafood department. It's like so cool. I got an awesome seafood. So if you live in the Pittsburgh area or you're kind of interested on getting some catering done, please contact the Castle Shannon Shop and Save, and ask for Shane. And I'm telling you, the food is freaking great. It is really, really good. And if you want to stop in, talk to Shane, that'd be pretty cool. Hey, Rose. And if you want to come back to the seafood department and see me, that you are more than welcome. If you have any bitches, gripes, or complaints, that's the place to take it, because I'm at work. My day was great today, Laura. Thank you for asking. But we just had some severe weather storm come in through Pittsburgh. And they had tornado warnings here in where I live. And the skies were dark, the clouds were low, and it was a little hairy there and kind of scary, to be honest with you. And I really did not know, okay, if I was going to get the show on. But, we still have that tornado warning going on. Thank you, Or. And so here's the deal. So if for some reason my show goes off tonight, it's because we lost power in our house. But for now, seems like everything's pretty cool. So, so Saturday night, I'm on the chat with Joe Montaldo and Jay, and getting toward the end of the show, I didn't really have a topic for tonight, and so I asked everybody who was in the chat room last night on what should I come up with a topic about tonight. And Kevin started out, how about dreams? All kinds of different dreams. Dreamscaping. And I said, why not? It's what my people who watch me or who's a follower of my shows, they said, well, why don't you talk about dreams? It was a good idea. And there are so many different types of dreams out there. Too many to count, to be honest with you. And I dream a lot, especially when I'm at work. It was scary when I was cutting meat, honestly. This is what was scary. I'd be cutting beef or I would be cutting pork. I got a sharp ass knife in my hand and I would go off and start daydreaming. Yes. Mark Eddy, good to see you, buddy. Tornado. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. But yeah, I'd be daydreaming and cutting meat at the same time. Well, that's kind of crazy, don't you think? Because when you're standing there at work and you're cutting a piece of beef or a piece of pork, it gets totally boring. And usually sometimes you're all by yourself cutting meat. It is dangerous. And that girl, I don't know if I said hello. If I did, I'm saying hello again. Thank you. And I kind of like my daydreams, especially at work, because it kind of like makes my day go by a little bit quicker. I can dream about hitting the lottery, or I could dream about almost anything. If something's going on in my life, and I try to make the daydream happy. Even though sometimes it's a struggle. Because when you're dealing with the public and and all kinds of stuff. I'm saying and no. I shouldn't be saying that, so let's stop saying that. But and that too. Why not? But you know what? Honestly, I I daydream a lot. Anybody out there in the chat room or anybody out there listening to their show, do you all daydream? No matter what you're doing during the daytime, do you daydream? And what do you dream of? Um, the Lord says I would daydream about going to petting zoos and just nature in general. Sweet. That would be sweet, you know. And sometimes creating scenarios, but that's a good one, the Lord. You, I usually like dream that the Pittsburgh Pirates would actually win a baseball game, you know, or the Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Super Bowl, or just different kinds of things. Uh, oh, she's laughing at some good memories. And Carrie says, I used to daydream and figure out I was manifesting into other realities. That's interesting. Why's that, Carrie? It would be hard for me to manifest into another dimension if I was cutting meat with a sharp knife. That would be kind of hard because I'd probably take my fingers off. And every now and then, boom, says Laura, says, you're one of the only people who would pronounce my name correctly. LOL. Oh, thank you. I feel honored. But so Carrie, she goes into other realities, and Heidi laughs at good memories, creating scenarios. And you know, we're all doing this while we're awake. And I think that's like super cool, you know. But and also you try to make it happy. Um, you try to make it happy. Oh, wait, Kevin wrote something. They say you can't lucid dream till REM, rapid eye movement, but I have soon as I fall asleep. They say we can't read a clock in dreams. I have. They say you can't read in dreams. Right. I do. Thoughts? Ooh, hey, Joni. Good to see you. Oh, people watching. Okay, Heidi. All right. Instead of dreaming, Kevin, is it very possible that you were doing out of body experience? You know, could you have been doing an I forget the three syllables, but an out of body where you actually can leave your body. Patrick Kelly. Hey there, everyone. There's my brother. Oh, before I go on, okay, I promised my brother. He had a great time last week. He wants to say hello to everybody. But he did forget to mention one other person that he games with. Okay. And his name is Mel. And he likes to, and he role plays. He's a very good role player, really good Dungeons and Dragons person. And he also is like the paranormal. And there's also times where he puts D&D in along with the paranormal. So Mel, if you're listening tonight, thank you for being on. You know, thank you being in part with my brother. Kevin says I'm having daydreams about night things. Okay, that is possible. I realize this is a dream, so lucid would think. What we got here? I'm backing up a little bit. I'm having dreams about night things in the middle of the afternoon. I think it's very possible, honest, Kevin. Hey, Gene, good to see you, buddy. You know what, Kevin? You know, it just popped into my head. Hey, Lisa Kirk, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's an old song, Sean. Don't, I don't know, dude, what if it's a song or not. Thank you, Alora, for subscribing. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Um, but I don't know, man. Is it very possible that we can do out of bodies in the daytime? Is it possible that we can, you know, be somewhere wide awake? Hey, Wojo, good to see you, man. Is it possible for us to do that? Like I tell you, everybody, I can't do it when I'm cutting meat. I'll cut my fingers off. And that's the truth. But I guess it's very possible to do that. But so to me, Kevin, when I would do an out of body, okay, I would see pictures. I would definitely see the clock and I would read the clock. These people who come up with these excuses that we cannot do, there's a bunch of horseshit. Okay? It's a bunch of horseshit. Because they don't know who we are. That's all the scientists are doing. That's all the scientists think, and it's just not, they have no right to tell us what we can and what we can't do. Carrie says that she OBEs and very good at overriding dreamscape. The force is strong with you. Carrie, I'm telling you what, Kevin's force is so strong, man. It's like a nuclear. The CIA has confirmed astral traveling. Really, Lisa? That's cool. I did not know they confirmed that. I didn't read anything. Thanks for that. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. But Kevin's energy, holy crap, he'd be like dealing with a nuclear bomb, man. Seriously. But maybe there were times, not at work, but some other place, I know for a fact, okay, that I would go meditating in the middle of the afternoon at my favorite meditation place. Okay. And I know I would go to different places during my meditation, but I never did any like out of body stuff when I was in my meditation. Oh, Kevin, are you a medium? Um, Lisa says there are public documents that you can access. I'll hunt them down and send them to you. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I would like to read those. But they go into a different dimension. That's craziness. That's craziness. But it can happen, even in the daytime, even when we're awake. Because I know where my mind goes when I'm up, when I'm awake, and I'm doing things. When I'm gold prospecting on my porch, when I got a bunch of dirt that I got to go through and pan out for gold. Okay, Heidi is buffering. But when I pan for gold, it just seems like everything surrounding me is gone and I am stuck outside with nothing happening to me. But when I pan, and it's not so much that I'm concentrating because I know what I'm doing when I pan for gold, but I'm not in the reality that I'm in all the time, all the normal time. My mind goes off. And that's okay. Until I see some gold in the pan and then I come back to reality. I'm like, yeah, I got gold in my pan. But I'm glad we brought this subject up about the dreams. Okay. But I wanted to get daydreaming out of the way first because I find it fascinating. Joni says, "Have you ever found gold at your house?" I have. I have a lot of pay dirt, Joni, and I also have a lot of dirt to places where I've gone and ran them through a sluice and brought the concentrates back home with me. That's for another show, though. But I know some guy that does YouTubes, and I might just bring him on someday, and maybe on a Tuesday night if he's free, we'll talk about prospecting gold. Doonhammer, can I ask how many of your family support you? Every single one of my family members do. And I got a big family, door. Doon. Oh, Joni, that it's a long process. We're gonna have to have a show on that, Joni. Like put dirt. Can we have a night you bring them on? No, no. I always have my brother on. I can bring him on one night. But no, not my mom. And I'll see if any other family members want to pop on. And anyway, Dune, I'm not even getting into this with you. You see the people who are in the chat room? They are my family. That's all that matters. Do you, let's see. I don't know. I don't know, dude, but you're getting on my nerves. Okay, he's from thank you, Kevin. But back to Johnny. To answer to your question is that I get water and I put dirt in it into the pan, and I open up and I start panning the gold and pulling the dirt back. I'm going to have a show on that because it's a long process to do, but it's so relaxing. But we are coming up to the bottom half of the hour. And you know what that means. We're going to take a quick break, just a quick one, not a long one. And we'll be back and we'll continue talking about the 12 main dream stuff. Okay. Get this dude out of here, man. I don't know. We'll be back.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of Native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. And I see that Doonhammer's 1888 is still in the chat room. So, you know what? You don't exist in my as Heidi puts it, my bubble. I'll let the other people in the chat room take care of you, my family. But yes, so well, there is no single universe. Oh, before I go on, okay, before I go on, I have to thank UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi and 107.7 New Orleans for allowing me to give you 2 shows a week, Sundays and Tuesday nights. 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. on Sundays and 8:10 to 9:10 on Tuesday. Carrie says that she communicated with disembodied angelic galactic. I channeled a Bigfoot a few months ago. She was friendly. Oh, I don't know how you're 30 seconds behind, Heidi. Don't know. But while there is no single universally agreed upon number, researchers and dream experts generally categorize dreams into 10 to 12 primary types. The key types of dreams, based on their content, emotional intensity, and the dreamer's level of consciousness. The key types of dreams are lucid dreams. The dreamer becomes aware they are dreaming while in the dream and can often control the narrative. When you have your lucid dreams, Kevin, do you control your dreams or you just let it happen? Just wanted to know. I'd like to get your answer on that, buddy, Kevin, if you can. But I never had lucid dreams, or I don't think I ever had lucid dreams before. Okay, to where I controlled my dreams. And I don't control the narrative on them either, on none of my dreams that I have. But if they claim that when you're doing lucid dreams that you are controlling the narrative, I can't see that. It's possible, but I know Kevin talks about his lucid dreams, and I just see if he's right about that. Kevin says, yes, I do direct narrative at will once I become lucid. Okay, cool. Thank you for answering that. Then you have your nightmares. Disturbing or scary dreams, often linked to stress, fear, or emotional trauma. Do I have nightmares? Yes, I do. And I'm going to share a couple with you. Okay. So the first one I want to share with you, and this was a nightmare. It was terrible. Okay. Lisa says, you do in a sense. Have you ever been dreaming and it got intense that you forced yourself awake? Yes, Lisa, I have. Definitely. Definitely. And and forcing myself out of the dream, it's kind of crazy though, you know. I don't feel good when I come out of it. Believe it or not, I'm like not scared, but I can't move my body. You know, I this one dream, this one nightmare I had was down where I live. There's a big park, and there was a group of people walking around and just killing people. Okay, and oh, that's lucid dreaming. Okay, thank you, hon. But check this shit out. So whoever had a circle, hey Michelle. So whoever had a white circle around this person, that person would get killed by these people, by this group. And it was like so freaking real. It was so freaking real that I got definitely nervous. Hey, Kara, good to see you. And I don't know. It really freaked me out. And I had it like 2 nights, 3 nights in a row. And it got really, really, really bad. And there was a time after that third time that I didn't even want to go to sleep because I knew it was going to happen. And okay, you're getting on my nerves now, Dune. You're gone. I have to figure out how to get you out of here. Does anyone know how to get him out of here? Look at this dude. Yeah, you're getting on my nerves. Don't know what to do. You won. Oop, nope. Can't do that. We'll do that. Sounds like sleep paralysis. I've had that. Oh my God. This guy's really getting on my freaking nerves. I don't know how to get rid of him. Oh my gosh. You don't see him. I know why. Because he's on Twitch. He's on Twitch. That's why you can't see him. He's on Twitch. Oh wow, this guy's going to town on me, and I am so sorry that he is distracting me. But well, you know what? I can fix that real quick. You know, I'll just remove it. Let me see. Yep, it's gone now. He's gone now. I'm still here, everybody. Yep, he's gone. So, yeah, I know, Lisa, doesn't he? Okay, he's gone. He can't come on Twitch. Yeah, I saw him on Twitch. But he's probably one of them guys that actually live in their basement of their parents' house and does nothing but gets on the computer and drives people crazy. You know that? Kara says, "What? You a Nazi?" Nah, I don't think so. Ain't no way. I'm Irish. I have been doing a lot of inner. Carrie says, I have been doing a lot of inner healing work, and I used to feel like I was trapped in a lot of dreams. Now, in the past 6 months, I am a force to be reckoned with. I am on the bitch warpath. Holy smokes there, Carrie. What the hell happened, dude? Wow. Now, I'd be careful getting on that bitch warpath, to be honest with you, man, because they do say karma comes back. I don't know your story, and I just, I'd just say, Carrie, that you just please be careful. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I have a lot of freaking nightmares. Another one was this is no shit. Okay, I played that song from what was it? Oh God, I now see I can't remember the name of the song, but it was about Vikings. Okay, and I played it all day and all night. And then when I went to bed, no shit, I closed my eyes and I'm across the street from my house. And all of a sudden, I see this smoke coming out from my backyard. I'm talking to my neighbors and I'm saying, Lisa says he's upset waiting for his mom to heat up his Hot Pocket. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. But there was smoke coming out of my backyard, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on back here? Excuse my language. So what's going on? And as I went up my steps, I went into the house because I knew my mom was in there. Okay. And I happened to look out the back window, and there was a big fight. A big fight. And there were a bunch of Vikings fighting each other. No shit. Carrie says, no, I am finding my power and getting my strength back from my abusers. God bless you. There is a difference to creating karma to others as offense. I am playing defense and protecting my goalie. Ah, okay, Carrie. Totally understand. Totally understand, hon. Thank you for sharing that. But they were just Vikings fighting each other. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And so I hear a knock at the door. And I go, look out the window. My mom's all freaking out on the couch. I look out the window and here comes this Viking girl coming up at me, up my porch steps. And she didn't look pleasant. She was pissed. And she was pissed. I was like, oh shit. And so she went down the steps and went into the back. Then, right after her, this Viking dude comes running up the steps. Oh, it's not over yet, buddy. It's not over yet, Ken. He comes running up the freaking steps. And he gets right to the window and he's looking at me and he's like, I think they were called berserkers. You know, the dudes on drugs that would just go in and start wailing and killing everybody. I think they were called berserkers. I really believe this dude was a berserker. Now, this is in my dream. And I'm like, what the hell is happening here? This is crazy. And then I wake up and I remember that dream. And I'm not very good at remembering dreams. You know what I mean? I don't. But this one was livid as hell. Or, yeah, not lucid, livid, or whatever. And I come to find out and I come to realize that I listened to that Viking song. And I'm like, holy shit. And that was one of the creepiest dreams that I ever had. Another one that's a vivid one. Okay, got another one, buddy. Got another one for you. Okay, so it was a different night. And there was a lot of fighting in my backyard. Okay. See, around my house, there's a lot of pent up energy, I do believe. I do believe there's other portals out there in my yard. And so I see this real big fight going on. And all of a sudden, no shit, there's a lion attacking a man in my backyard. Seriously. This lion was ripping this dude apart. And then the guy and the lion were duking it out. That lion, he just kicked that boy's ass. No shit. And this is true. This is a dream. Then, my next door neighbor's yard, it was reversed. The man was beating up the lion and killing the lion. If anybody could figure that one out for me, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. But, you know, I work in customer service. My work is stressful and blah, 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 the whole 9 yards, you know. And could that be all the stress? Damn rule. Yeah, a role reversal. This dude was literally biting the shit out of this lion. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But the whole thing was, though, with the Vikings and with the Lions, it just looked like a bunch. You know how you go to hey, Robbie, good to see you, brother. I grew up with Rob, man, my best friend. And you ever go to them haunted houses where they spray that smoke, and all of a sudden you see the different kind of lights, you know, red, blue, green, flashing? Well, that's what it was. Lisa says when I was a kid, I had a recurring dream that happened every Christmas Eve. I would dream I was in a desert and a helicopter is coming towards me. It has a rope hanging from it and is dragging a doll with pins in it. I had that dream every Christmas Eve till I turned 12 or 13. I never forgot it, and I've never been able to figure it out. Whoa. Thank you for sharing that, Lisa. That's like totally deep. Really. The only thing I could possibly think with a doll with pins in it would be some kind of voodoo doll, maybe? I'm not sure. But I don't know. We're going to have to figure that one out. I'd like to figure that one out if we can. Carrie says, I worked in retail and even grocery store. I get it. My humor is dark because of it. But I do believe I was under a lot of stress from work. I was under a lot of stress from my home, everything. So whenever it is a weird one, buddy. But you know what? I believe a lot of the stress and all of the shit that I dealt with during the day, it just, goes in the back of my mind. And then when I go to sleep, I get these weird ass dreams, you know. So we got, okay, so there's recurring dreams, just like Lisa just said, told us about her dream. Is a dreams that repeat with similar themes or storylines, often suggesting unresolved emotional issues. I'll read that again. Recurring dreams that repeat with similar themes or storylines often suggest unresolved emotional issues. Okay. I had recurring dreams. I have, especially the ones down here um, near my house about a gang of people going around and just killing people. You ever guys come out of a real deep sleep and you are having some really hardcore dreams, and when you woke up, you couldn't move your body. You had to make sure that you were alive. I have many a times. I couldn't move my legs. I had to get the blood flowing in my legs so I could move, and then I'd get Charlie horses when I would move my legs. Kevin says my reoccurring dreams are often around a particular house. Interesting. Um, did you live in a house, or Kevin, or is it a house located near you? But I've had many dreams where I came out and I couldn't move my body, and I didn't have the old hag sitting on my stomach either with this. I mean, they were so deep, and it's like wow, it like blew me away. I was like, wow. Lisa says your brain wakes up before your body does. It's possible it could have been astral travel and you woke up before you fully got back in. That's very true, Lisa. Thank you for sharing that. Carrie says, I hate the ones when I trip or even fall and my body jumps like I fell back into. What a rush. Okay. No, and Kevin says, no, it's not a house I recognize. It's still a mystery. It's interesting how people still don't understand what's going on, but in their dreams, like Kevin with the house and Lisa with the doll, okay, um, it's pretty, and we still don't. But I figure eventually down the road we will figure it out. Might take a long time. Maybe we'll never figure it out. Who knows? Robert said that the same dream while I was a kid when Square got tighter and tighter. Okay. But you also have to look at it like, okay, so like the majority of us were under a lot of stress. So much shit going through our brains, from our work or whatever. Where do we come up with these dreams? What causes them to dream like Robert with the square getting tighter and Kevin not knowing what the house is and Lisa with the doll on the helicopter with the helicopter, the doll that had pens in it. Are these like way back? They're way back in the mind, and they just come out. Rob says the same dream while I was a kid when Square got tired and tired. Carrie says, Kevin, it's most likely a structure. Your soul fractal is on an astral plane. Pretty much all dreams and our soul telling us where we are projecting into. Kevin says, I'm still having the dream, so guessing the mystery will be solved one day. Always does eventually. That is so true. Now, we got false awakenings. A dream within a dream, where you believe you have woken up and started your morning routine, but are still sleeping. Mine, I've had false awakenings, okay, but it wasn't starting my morning. It was actually while I was at work. And let me explain. So I would be cutting pork at work in my dream, okay? And I'd cut all this pork, wrap it up through the machine, and take it out to the case and put it into the case. And then 5 minutes, I would go back out to the case and it would be all gone. And then I'm still cutting, and then I go back and I'm cutting all this pork. It was just like rotating all and all forever. And I was like, son of a bitch, I don't want to cut pork no more. And then, like Lisa says, that, yeah, I had to force myself to awake from it. I don't know if it fits anything yet, but it could be the false awakening, but it's true. It could be. Vivid dreams, extremely realistic and intense dreams that are easily remembered upon waking. Now, I'm going to ask everybody out here to help me out with this dream because Kevin, you were saying about the house. All right. So, the Vietnam War was fought started in 1964, I do believe, and ended in 1972. I was born in 1962. Okay. But I would have this dream where I got shot by a Vietnam killer, a soldier. I mean, I'm in tall grass. I see the bullet coming right at me, and I die. But the whole thing about that dream was that I was alive. I was alive. That would have been about, I was 4 or 5 years old. Now, how in the hell could I have a dream? I mean, it was so realistic. I was in Vietnam. I was in the woods. I was smelling the sulfur. I was smelling the trees. I was looking, I saw the snakes. I saw other army personnel around me. And then I get killed. And I'm only 5 years old. Could someone explain that, please? Kevin says about 20 years ago, I visited my younger self. I was 28, and I was 48 now. Here is the kicker. My 28-old self seen a portal open and older self appeared with a message with older self was. Oh, wow. That's crazy, Kevin. That's really crazy on that part. But how can a 5-year-old who's born and you have the Vietnam War going on and I get shot and die? I remember on tall grass, I saw the bullet and it hit my forehead and down I went. Craziness. Craziness. Then there's like vivid dreams, extremely realistic and intense dreams that are easily remembered upon wakening. And we just talked about that. Then we talked about daydreams. Okay. A series of conscious waking through thoughts that distract us from surrounding environment. And then you had night terrors, intense, fearful episodes occurring during deep non-REM sleep, often accompanied by screaming or physical activity. Has anybody ever have a night terror? Can anyone ever? Because you know what? I might have had one. I'm not sure. Let's read that again. It's an intense, fearful episodes occurring during deep non-REM sleep, often occupied by screaming or physical activity. Can you explain, Lisa, if you can? The only one I can think of is when me and my wife were married. I had Paul, my son. He was just a little baby, and they were going to Georgia with her mom. And I dropped them off at the airport. They're getting out of the car, and this guy comes out of another car, shoots my mother-in-law with a shotgun, kills my wife with the shotgun, and puts the gun to my son's forehead and pulls the trigger. And this is in a dream. And that bothered the shit out of me. Honest to God, that did. And that was a reoccurring dream for me. Okay? That was a reoccurring dream. Oh, Heidi's reoccurring dream about an old hag living in her crawl place. Huh. But what's in my son? I mean, it was like I was there. And that happening to my son. And I don't know why. So when I was doing psychic fairs, there was a lady, Dottie White. And I explained to the dream to her, because I've had this dream for a long time. And she explained to me that there's going to be a separation between your wife and your son. That's creepy, Heidi. Oh, Sean, my last story continues. Okay. Your message space ran out. That's fine. And she told me, this Dottie White told me, okay, she said to me, she says, this dream you're experiencing is that you're separating, or something's going to separate. And you know, a year later, me and my wife got a divorce. Lisa says, when my youngest daughter was born, I had a dream that I accidentally smothered her, and I didn't know what to do. So I wrapped her in a blanket and hid her in a woodpile. Bedroom messed me up so bad for the longest time. My doctor said it was normal and it was caused by fluctuation in hormones. She said it was actually a common dream for women to have after childbirth. That dream, not bedroom, voice to text hates me. Yes, it hates me too. Okay, that dream, okay, not bedroom, let's see. That dream messed me up so bad for the longest time. My doctor said it was normal and it was caused by fluctuations in hormones. She said it was actually a common dream for women to have after childbirth. Huh, thank you for sharing that, Lise. Appreciate that. What's going on with my computer? Yeah, my computer got stuck. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. Thank you for that. That was it. You have to read part 2 of Bob. Okay, let me get to part 2, everybody. Kevin's part 2. Not that I am aware that's about Carrie, but if I suspect it was in dream state rather than in physical, I've taken it to such pervert. Okay. Hey, Buck Brown. Now, Buck will tell you that Buck works with me. You know, a good dude there. Carrie says a good example of night terrors is a movie with Anthony Hopkins named Audrey Rose. Oh my God, yes. She reincarnated in having dreams of being bumped and burned in a car. That was how she died before entering this life. Huh. Okay, thank you for that, Carrie. That was a creepy movie. That was a real creepy movie. Okay, so continuing. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. It's 9:04, and we got about 5 or 6 more of these. And so we're going to take another break. Okay, I will see you back in about a couple minutes.
and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Hey, welcome back to Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. And Kevin, you are not stressing me out. Was that bastard Dune Born or Boone Dorn, whatever his name was? He distracted me, so I kicked him out. I dropped Twitch, and you know what? Things seem to be getting a little better. But again, I want to thank you, PRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. Thank you, Kevin. But we got a couple more here that I'd like to talk about, or these 12 so-called dreams. Okay. You have prophetic and precognitive dreams. Dreams that seem to predict future events. Well, I can't actually say that. I guess that I had one, but could that not be deja vu? Could a prophetic dreams predict future events? Or are we predicting, or in our dreams, that this is going to happen, that this scenario is going to work out? I don't know. Does anybody know out there? I never predicted the future. All my years of readings, dreaming, meditations, stuff like that, no, I have never predicted the future. Because I really truly believe that people cannot predict the future. I like that, Lisa. Lisa says, or is it spirit sending us a warning / message? Very possible there. Very possible. Spirit works in a mysterious way. Oh, don't let. Nah, he's a keyboard warrior. Yeah, his mother did probably heat up his hot pocket for you. No, but I feel better. But yeah, I know. You know, I wasn't myself. That he just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. I was like, shut the hell up, man. I was like, because I couldn't concentrate and give you guys a good show tonight. And I was like, I don't know. But he's over. He's gone. But how about progressive dreams? His hot pocket probably had a hot spot. That's funny. I snorted. Kevin says, yes, seeing the future in dreams has happened was a bar scene with friends I didn't hang with at the time of dream. About a year later, I met that circle and realized it was them in my dream. Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting, Kevin. I think the doctors or all the scientists would love to have your brain when you sleep. You should go do a sleep study or some sort. You know, do your dreams, see what they come up with. Wow. Never happened to me though, but it happened to Kevin, which is cool. But it never happened to me. I never, um, several nights. Nope. Now you have mutual dreams. It's a rare phenomenon where two people report sharing the same dream. Now this has happened to me with people, and it's scary. I consider it scary having the same dream as another person, and then the next day talking about it with that person. You know, and I don't know what brought it on. Like when I first talked to the person about it, I was wondering if they just wanted to show off for me. That girl says I dreamed repeatedly over 20 years. First at about 4 years and a half years old. My son, I birthed him at 26. Huh. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Beth. But I have ran into a lot of people who, oh, wow. That girl said he was exactly as she dreamed him. Wow. So I guess we can manifest dreams, you think? You think we can manifest dreams? Possible. Can we manifest ourselves winning the lottery? Could we manifest ourselves getting a new car or a new house? But back to the mutual dreams. Because, like I said before, like I know some people who just wanted to be around in my presence, and I'm not saying egotistically. No, I'm not. I'm being honest with you. And if I said I jumped off a bridge, that person would say I jumped off a bridge too. And this is true. It's all true when I tell you. Or we can predict our future. I don't think we can predict our future. And Kevin, to be honest with you and straight up, I would not want to predict my future at all. No, I don't want to know what's going to happen. Kason, holy crap. Good to see you, buddy. Talking about preconception, I was going to type that my reoccurring dream was everyone in this chat are cowboys and cowgirls. And we're having a bar fight. I like that. That's funny, Casey. We're all cowboys and cowgirls having a big fight in the chat room. That's pretty cool. Oh, she's a good mother. Of course she raised a good boy. Of course. That girl says, I dreamed years before meeting Kevin that we would be friends. History proved it. It did happen. God bless you guys. It's like you two are married, to be honest with you, you and Kevin. Yeah. When's the wedding? Psych, I'm joking. We'll dream of the wedding between you two. That's what will happen. But healing dreams. Dreams that provide insight into one's physical or mental health. That has never happened to me. I never dreamed about my mental health. I'm usually awake and notice about my mental health or my physical health. I never dreamed healing it. I think I tried once and it didn't work. I was still in a lot of pain. And signal dreams, dreams that offer solutions or messages to the waking mind. Now, I've had a lot of those. But my thing is that I don't listen to the messages or the solutions in my waking mind. That was a long time ago. But I'm starting to listen now. But, okay, so those were the dreams, the 12 different dreams. Pretty interesting. Common dream things. In addition to these types, many people experience common recurring themes that symbolize emotional states, such as falling, being chased, being naked in public, or teeth falling out. I never heard about the teeth falling out. Oh my gosh. Kevin says, tell Sean about our shared dreams in the library of that dude's house. No. Falling. Okay, when you dream that you're falling, often represents insecurity, anxiety, or a loss of control. Flying can indicate a desire for freedom or a feeling of control. Water frequently represents emotional states. I've had 2 falling dreams where I'd hit my bed like smack. It was hard. I mean, it felt like I fell from a cliff. And I've had flying dreams, and I've had water dreams that I did not understand why, I kept falling. And like it says here, it often represents insecurity, anxiety, or a loss of control. Most vivid dreaming occurs during REM, rapid eye movement sleep, which constitutes about 20 to 25% of adults' sleep cycle. So that's it about the 12 different dreams. Let me get back to what else I looked up that I could talk about. Hold on. That one's for last. That was it. Okay. So I think it was Carrie who wanted to know what dreamscaping was. Okay. Carrie or Kara, one or the other. Okay, a dreamscape is an imaginary, surrealistic, or dreamlike scene or setting. It is a compound word formed from dream and landscape and is frequently used to describe the psychological backdrop of a film, a surreal work or art, or a consistent environment experienced in one's sleep. That was Carrie. Okay. Kaysen says that he had a tiny precog dream when I was a kid. I couldn't find my toy truck anywhere in the house, and in the night I saw exactly where the toy was. I woke up and found it. Thank you for sharing that, Kaysen. The related concepts and subtopics. Art and literature is visual art, or writing a dreamscape refers to a vivid, abstract, and often illogical world. It represents a state where reality blends with memory and fantasy. The personal dreamscapes within sleep psychology, people often experience hybrid environments or consistent places that merge various real world experiences into a distinct internal world, according to forum discussions and Reddit. Users widely agree that these internal worlds can be mapped, vividly navigated, and even feature specific modes of transportation between locations. And I'm telling you, Carrie, that like totally confused me. I'm sorry. Oh, is that what happened with you, Kara? Okay. I read this, and I read this even before the show came on. And that personal dreamscape really got me confused. I have no understanding of what it is. Well, dreamscape and what lucid dream is the act of becoming aware during a dream. Dreamscaping refers to the practice of consciously planning the plot, setting, or narrative of a dream before falling asleep. Kara says, in the second dream, there were people that I met between the dreams. Okay. I'm like, I'm trying to understand this, honey. Again, I'm trying to understand it. So there were people that I met between the dreams. And Carrie goes, Malworld, that is the thing that I have been having those. I'm sorry, guys, ladies. I'm like totally confused here. Please don't get mad at me. In entertainment, the term is also utilized in technology, most notably by the virtual reality company Dreamscape Immersive, which builds story-based, full-room virtual environments that users can explore together. Okay, so that's dreamscaping. So so what that sounded to me, and please tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, I'll just keep the topic going. That's kind of crazy, that other girl. It really is. Yeah, that's what I said, Kevin. Oh wow, girls. That's wow. But in conclusion, you know, I guess dreams are okay. Dreams teaches us things. Dreams protect us from things. But how do we dream? How do these dreams get in our minds? Is it something that we watched that day? Was it? Did we see something that went into the back of our brain and for some strange reason, something different came out of that? Is it possible? I don't know. Oh my God, where do these people come from? Honest to God. Oh, that must be. Oh, I know who that is. That Max. Oh, that's Boone. He went over to his other. Okay. Kaysen said that a lady I know predicted the mega tsunami we had around 2012. Kara says, when I have a dream that I'm pregnant, it usually means someone close to me is pregnant. Okay. Kevin says, I work in a mall, so if I dream of a mall, I figure it's just a Rolodex dream sorting the day. Okay. It's a new moon, too. Okay. I did not know it was a new moon. And I guess everybody goes crazy during new moons and full moons. That's a fact because our body's made out of 70% water. But I guess when the new energies from the new moon come in, that really takes us way out there. Way out there. But I don't know what I'm going to dream about tonight. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope they're happy dreams. Have you guys ever had a dream that say like you couldn't sleep, but you closed your eyes and you dreamed of winning the lottery? Or you won money at the dog track or the horse track? And it just relaxed you and you know you were passing out money to all your family members to help them out? Has anyone ever had any dreams like that? I do. Heidi says, I feel new moon more intensely than the full, depending on the sign and other planetary placements. I have not dreamt the lottery numbers. You know, I can't pick them because I lose. Now, what's really weird is I'll pick them for other people, but once I play those numbers for myself, you know what? That is no, because I don't win. Kara says, I was woke up the other day by a guy yelling something through my bedroom window at me, but there was nobody there. Oh, that's creepy. I wonder if that, that dude somehow got into your REM sleep, your dream state. Is it possible? Yes. Of course it is. But I don't know. It was a very good topic, and I'm glad that Kevin and Carrie and all them said, well, why don't we talk about dreams? I hope everybody got something out of this. I sure did. I learned from it. Okay. And I hope people got something out of it. And I want to thank everybody. The show ain't over yet. I'm just going to go to one more break after this. And then I'll end up with something I think is pretty cool. And then I will pull some cards tonight. I will pull some cards. If I can find them. Road. Oh, there they are. Okay. Heidi says that she had a very odd, vivid, detailed dream the other night. I knew exactly where I was in my car when shit happened, and usually I don't know that. Oh, but you gave the lottery numbers to that girl, too. That's cool. But, I don't know. I just lost my memory. Maybe I went in dream state. I don't know. But you know what? It is 9:30 or 9:28, and I'm going to take a couple-minute break, and I will be back, and we'll finish off the last half hour of the show. Okay? All right, everybody. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the final half hour of the show, Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. In the first hour and a half, we were talking about dreams, different types of dreams, and it was a good topic. A lot of people had a lot of good things to share, and I really learned a lot. So I don't remember your Egyptian cat, Heidi. I don't know. But I was, doing this, and I remember that. I remember that nursery rhyme. Okay, and this is pretty interesting, if I still remember. And then, of course, I got to look it up. Here it is. So as I was going on, right, I remember this nursery rhyme. It was row, row, row your boat is generally was it gently down the stream, merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. So row, row, row your boat is generally interpreted as a physiological metaphor for navigating life with ease, positivity, and mindfulness. The widely accepted interpretation of the lyrics includes row, row, row your boat represents taking personal responsibility for your life's journey, your boat, and actively engaging in your own path. Gently down the stream suggests going with the flow of life rather than fighting against it. It encourages a peaceful, non-anxious approach to challenges, focusing on the journey rather than just destination. Merrily, 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 merrily emphasizes maintaining a positive, optimistic attitude and finding joy in the moment. And then life is but a dream. Suggests that life is transient and impermanent, urging people not to take struggles too seriously and to wake up to their own power to create a positive experience. The song is believed to have been first published in 1852 by American author and teacher, I cannot pronounce that name, Elephate Aurum Light. That's his name. But the interpretation, I said that I said this nursery rhyme for a long time, and I totally forgot about it until tonight when I looked it up. And I when I read the interpretation of this, it really kind of made me feel good. Just go with your life. If you're dreaming of your life, just row your boat and experience everything that is around you. You're in charge of yourself, your dreams, your boundaries, whatever. But do it positively. If you have a bad dream, try to do a positive out of the bad dream. Try to find the happiness out of a bad dream. And life is a dream. Don't take your struggles like it. Don't take the struggles. Just go with the flow. And yes, we all have struggles. Yes, we deal with every kind of damn thing in the world today. For some reason, I woke up and remember the last couple of weeks, we had that real bad energy shit going on. Screwed me up big time. And I know it screwed up a lot of people. Made me angry, made a lot of people angry. But now I'm not so angry anymore. I got frustrated tonight by that one dude. Cards for me, the elephant, the wolf, and bat. Thank you, Kevin. So I needed to read this, Kara says, my dad used to sing, propel, propel, propel your craft, placidly done liquid solution. Statically, statically is but an illusion. Oh yeah, Carrie, there was a massive energy shift. Massive. About 2-3 weeks ago. And it affected everybody. I think it was when the blue moon, the full blue moon. Everything just wasn't right. Everything wasn't feeling right about it. Well, you can go that way, Kara, if it's an illusion. I mean, illusions, aren't they dreams? Kevin says energy has been high strength indeed, leading up to new moon, now leveling off of feeling. Now, Heidi says her dad used to sing I Am the Walrus by the Beatles. That's funny. But after the major shift, I don't get angry no more. I just accept things for what they are and how they are. I don't fall back into the negative that I used to. And I'm happy for that. Sean said same thing leading up to the new moon. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that 3 weeks ago, that shift in the energies, I'm glad that's gone. Now I'm a better person over it. I feel better. And everything's okay. Except for that asshole tonight. And then did you guys see he came in under a different name? And I said, I know who that dude was. It was that Boone Dune or whoever his name was. Never heard from him ever again. He never came back in. I guess I got him figuring out maybe he's asking his mother for another Hot Pocket. I don't know. Probably. But I'm about to pull some cards tonight, pretty soon. And hopefully it was a better reading than the last one I had. Because it came down to the order. Oh, that twat waffle. That's funny. That's funny. But don't forget, everybody, that I am on UPRN Talk Radio um, Sunday nights from 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. and Tuesday nights from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next week, my guest um, is going to be a dear friend of mine, and she practices Wiccan. And she says, and she's a witch. And what happened when that dude posted all that nasty crap about witches, I figure I'd bring a witch on. And, actually, like, tell people or to help them understand what a witch usually is. And they're good people. They're loving and caring people. So please, if you're not doing nothing next Sunday, please come on the show. Listen to the show. Because I know for a fact it's going to be a great one. But next Tuesday, I will not have a show. I'll have a rerun. I will be in Gettysburg on vacation. Yes, sir, Baba Rooney. I'm looking forward to that. I'll try to get a lot of pictures. I mean, it's going to be, they're all talking deals. But I'm looking forward to that. So don't forget, next Sunday, I'm going to have my friend on who is a witch who practices witchery. She don't mind me saying that. And Wiccan. And we're going to get down to telling everybody what actually a witch is. And I'm really looking forward to that. So we're going to get to the cards. Okay. I don't know how many I'm going to draw. And that, to me, this is the favorite part of the show. And I know it's a lot of people's favorites too. Oh, come on, Heidi. Who's in the kitchen with Don? Oh my God, that's so old. Oh my God. Please. Oh. What is this? We going back 30, 40 years now? But look, everybody's smiling. And for everybody out there who's not in the chat room with my people who follow me all the time, they're smiling and they're laughing. So it was a good show tonight. No one's talking bad. And now I'll get to pull the cards. Okay? All right, so I'm shuffling the cards. And we're going to go from there. So I got done shuffling them, and I'm cutting them. Okay, is everybody ready? The first card I pull is the Coyote. And this is in your past. The Coyote is considered the trickster. And when I see the Coyote, I see what the person would go and try to pull some trickery on other people to get ahead. So if you're a person out there in their past using tricks or deceiving people about jumping ahead, to get more out of what you need instead of working for it. So maybe it's time for this Coyote to go away. But we'll see what animal will come back. Heidi says symbolizes an impending shift, a need for adaptability or less than navigated unexpected challenges. And then the Dolphin. The Dolphin is your now card. And when I see the Dolphin, it's like, with the trickster, the Coyote, you're going out and tricking people to do things. Now the dolphin popping in, and you're just like really, really, really are going all over. You're just like tricking everybody on getting stuff that you need to get ahead. Get ahead. Yes. And then we got the squirrel. So you go and you steal all kinds of shit through trickery, and then you spread your wings, or you run with the dolphins, and the dolphins swimming all over the place, and you're getting more and more and more and more and more. Then the squirrel, all that shit you did to get to where you're at right now, okay, the squirrel gathers nuts. And when it's gathering its nuts, it's actually you're storing all the shit you stole from people to get yourself ahead. And then we got the wolf, the teacher. Heidi says powerful spiritual symbols of joy, protection, and harmony because they breathe air but live in the water. They represent perfect balance between the conscious mind and subconscious, emotional depth water. Yeah. Thank you for that, Heidi. Appreciate that. But when I see the dolphin swimming all over the place because that person is the dolphin and is just going all over the world for information. And then the squirrel comes and all that information, that dolphin that you picked, okay, from the trickster, all right, the squirrel's putting it all in different categories. And then you got the wolf. The wolf is the teacher. The wolf is family. And my spirit animal, Lakota, is a wolf. And that wolf is not happy that you're doing this. And what I mean by this wolf, I don't see what I see in the wolf, what it's doing to you, it's facing head on with you. Like the wolf wants to come in and rip you apart for all the bad that you did going through this journey with the coyote, with the dolphin, and with the squirrel. And the wolf is just saying, no, 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 you ain't going nowhere. You won't go no further. And the wolf is challenging you to see what you would do. And the last card I picked is the turkey. The turkey. Okay. So what I see in the turkey after the wolf challenges you, I guess being a turkey, you're going to get eaten alive on Thanksgiving Day. You know? So eventually, what it comes down to is that you tricked, you connived, you stole, you cheated. And you ran with it, with the dolphin, trying to get more shit through the dolphin. And then come the squirrel, and the squirrel, kind of like separated. And then after you do all that evil shit, then you met the wolf. And ladies and gentlemen, the wolf challenged you. And the turkey and the wolf won. And now you're the turkey getting eaten on Thanksgiving Day. Yes. So there you go. That's what the reading was about. But you know what? That was a good reading. But there's a lot of people out there to this day that go out and lie and cheat and steal to get ahead in life. to make their lives better. But eventually what happens, you hit a brick wall. And that brick wall will knock you down a couple pegs, maybe 3 or 4. Thank you, Kevin. And then you're back to being a little shit like you used to be. So instead of having that coyote, why don't you try to work for what you want? Work for what you need. Thank you, Kara. Don't go around and try to steal other people's thunder in order to make yourself feel better. Do it on your own. When you wake up in the morning, just say, okay, I'm going to do good today. And whoever you believe in, you just ask them, hey, you know what? I need some help today. And more than likely, you are definitely going to get the help. So does anybody have any questions that they want asked, or is there any type of anything else? Well, we're all talking rhymes and riddles over here. But I do want to apologize for the way I acted earlier. That's not me. It's not. There's no excuse for that. And so I'll only try to get better. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I do want to thank everybody for coming in and listening to the show. Batgirl, Kason, Heidi, Lisa, Kara. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Joni. Just want to say thank you for being part of Into the Night with me. He was a but. It's all good, Sean. Yes, it is good now. But I do want to apologize. I have the right to do that. So, children, if you can, please go to your parents and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. And parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you don't have no parents, and if you have no children, find somebody, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And also remember, please, protect the children. Protect the children. Don't forget also that there is other shows on this wonderful network. So if you're not doing anything on this week coming up and you're bored and you don't want to listen to the damn news or watch reruns or whatever in the hell you watch, jump on your computer or your phone and tune into UPRN Talk Radio. We have so many different shows. We have so many different hosts that put on good shows, and all with different topics. And you learn a lot. I've learned a lot from the other hosts and listening to the other shows. Even the daytime shows. They got daytime shows here on UPRN. Just check out the schedule. And again, I want to thank Heidi for what she does for UPRN. I want to thank everybody who goes to the other shows and listens to them. We appreciate y'all. We really do. So on that note, thank you again, everybody. I will see you Tuesday night.